And good morning. It is 25 April, Anzac Day here in Australia and New Zealand. So just remembering all those who gave their lives for our freedom. And yeah, it's a big day here. And yeah, as they say, lest we forget. Unfortunately, I think people are forgetting, and that's very sad. Anyway, that's that. I am about to go out to Doxie again. It is either 12 or 11 days before I head north to Queensland. I suppose I never know whether to count that inclusively or exclusively. So anyway, a week and a half, let's just put it that way. So I'm going to head out to Doxie, do a bit more work, try to get the engine going because there was a fuel airlock in the fuel system after changing the fuel filter yesterday, which is not unusual but just annoying. So we'll try and get on top of that today. So heading out to Foxy Doxie. Alrighty, I'm back on Doxie and just going to try and pick up where I left off yesterday. It's the wreck of the Hesperus in here, as you can tell. But just trying to get some system happening before I load things on, so I don't have to sort of half pack something and then decide, oh, you know what, it'll be better going in another locker. Anyway, today's mission, and I have no choice but to accept it, is to get back into the engine here and see if we can get the fuel going through. So good game. Okay, so the engine bay is located, oh, you know what, I don't know if I turned off. Yeah, that's right, I turned off the power anyway at the mains. So yeah, let's get back into the engine here. I'll just remove the companionway steps. And sorry about that. Okay, so first things first, I think I need to just tidy up after yesterday's oil change. So this guy here's got my waste oil in it from the engine, which I'll now sort of disassemble and put in its box. So I can put that out of the way and take it ashore later. I just noticed there was still a little bit of oil in the tube, so I've just rearranged it so it can slowly slide down into the container. Otherwise it'll leak in the box, which is not great. Okay, so now I'm basically focused on the fuel valve here. And I did mention yesterday, and I probably didn't show it, and you know what, I have trouble finding it every time. The little pump, which is this guy here. Okay, so I'm basically pumping this guy up and down to try and manually force fuel back into the system, and hopefully after a while I might get some bubbles coming out of this around my finger. No, around this little guy here, which I'll just loosen off a little bit. There you go. So I'm hoping to find bubbles coming out of there at some stage soon before I run out of pump, whatever. Alright, I'm waiting on advice about the fuel. I think I still have to just keep pumping that little pump on the side. Basically because I think the whole tube probably emptied into the fuel tank once I took the pressure off the system by opening that. Which I obviously had to do, so maybe I just need to persevere with pumping, which I will do after this. Okay, why am I showing you this when I'm talking about something else? This is your basic impeller. It sits inside this housing here and basically pulls the seawater through here and then shoots it up into the actual engine itself. In an effort to keep the temperature down. So I've got to just undo those little bolts. Interesting heads on those, but I guess I'll just have to use some pair of pliers or something. Okay, I've just taken to it with a pair of pliers, wrench, whatever you want to call it, just to loosen them off, but they're pretty much finger tight now. Now I've got an ice cream container under here because I'm expecting water to come out of there as we loosen the cover. So 4 little bolts here. Hey. Oh bother. Okay, here comes the water. I'm going to catch most of it. The rest of it will just go into the bilge and I'll pump it out. It's clean water, so there's nothing environmentally bad about it. It's just plain seawater. Oh man, oh, sink are we? Okay, so we can see basically how the impeller, the old impeller's in there, and this will just remind me which way to point the vanes as well when I put the new one back in. Okay, so now I'm just going to use the pointy nose pliers here and just ease this out bit by bit till it's all free. Just lets a very snug fit in there to make it effective as a pump. Okay, so that's the housing now empty. The old impeller doesn't look too bad. Probably getting a little bit of chipping away, you know, it's perishing a little bit. But what do you expect? Years exposed to seawater. And that's basically the O-ring that goes inside a little track on the housing to make the whole thing watertight. Okay, so I'll just give the housing a bit of a clean out now, and we'll get ready to put the new one in. Okay, so that's the new impeller, and with it comes a little bit of the glycerine lubricant. So it stays lubricated until such time as it can pull water up out of the system or out of the sea. And then obviously the water then keeps it lubricated from that time forward. Okay, so let's get that sorted out. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to rub that all over it just to make sure all the surfaces are nicely covered. Okay, so I'll smear a bit on here. Yeah, oops, or next to it, and then just start rubbing it in with my fingers. Make sure that all the surfaces are covered. A bit of wastage there, but we'll pick it up. All good. Okay, every blade, every end. I'm sure they've all got fancy names. Okay, and also around the edge as well, because obviously that's going to be turning against the housing of the casing. So here we've got a nice impeller, slippery as a buttered dolphin. That's the saying, isn't it? Okay, so I'm now ready to put that in here. Yeah, so another day. Is it going well? Yeah, not so much. It's been a bit of a comedy of errors so far. So we have still got the fuel with the air pocket in it, the air bubble, which I'm trying to pump out, but the little pump doesn't seem to be doing much. So I've thrown that open to the Penta, Volvo Penta 2000, well, just Volvo Penta support group in Facebook, see if I can get some answers back on things I can try. The other thing is, when I was doing the water impeller, I dropped one of the bolts, and I couldn't do it again if I tried, but that's just the way it works. I dropped it and it went all the way to the bottom of the encapsulated keel. Can't even see it, let alone try and retrieve it. I have tested a magnet on the other ones. It's not even magnetic, so even if I could see it, I've got really no way of retrieving it. So I'll have to talk to the local Volvo Penta dealer here and see if they can come up with another 1 or 2 of those, and yeah, onward. So we're a bit stuck at the moment. Can't start the engine, which is a bit boring, Very boring, but I'm not going to let it get the best of me. There's got to be a solution, and I'll find it sooner or later. It's just going to take a bit of research and yeah, seeing what I can look up on the internet too. Anyway, yeah, onward for today. Well, here we are at the end of the day, or it's still the middle of the afternoon actually, but I think I'm at the end of my day. Yeah, I would have liked to have achieved a hell of a lot more than I did today. I would have liked to have resolved some of the issues that were plaguing me, or plaguing the boat, of my own making. Yeah, I'm a bit cack-handed when it comes to things like this, but you know, some things work, some things don't. I will find a solution. I will go and see my friends down at Booker Bay, see if I can source any bolts for the impeller housing. Yeah, I can't believe that dropped to the bottom of the bilge. Yeah, it's not even a direct path from there. It's just like, wow, that was clever. I'm sure I couldn't do that twice, but I think I said that already. And I'm certainly not going to try. Looking for some advice too, basically, on how I can get around the air pocket, or yeah, what do you call it? Yeah, air in the line anyway for the fuel. It just doesn't seem to be pulling through, so I've got one little solution in mind, but I don't know if it'll actually work. I know on a past boat I had one of those squeezy little squeezy things, like they have on power boats, just to basically force the initial fuel into the engine, and that seemed to do the trick. So I'm just wondering if I should have a look into that. And that reminds me, I need to measure the line. If I can insert one of those into the fuel line, it may be a lot more effective than that little pump on the side. I swear, I think I must have done that without stopping for about 15 minutes to half an hour. Just, yeah, I'm sitting there going, and nothing. So I'm pretty convinced that it wasn't doing anything, but hey. So yeah, gonna head back ashore soon, and just get a few other things done that I can get done. I've got the oil to take ashore. I'll have to take that down to the what is it, dangerous goods, not goods, but yeah, anyway, hazard materials or something like that, a receptacle, so, which is a bit of a drive away, but it's kind of in the same direction as Booker Bay Marina, so hopefully I can tie those things together and just make one trip. I'll take the empty diesel can back. I've got 10 litres cans, so jerry cans, so I just fill that up when I go past the petrol station. We don't really have a fueling dock here, so I don't know how the big cruisers get on. Oh, maybe there is one over at Coolywong, I'm not sure, but I don't think so. Anyway, getting it from the gas station is a lot cheaper than getting it from a marina, so I'll do that whenever I can. So I just try and bring on 10 litres at a time, empty it into the tank, and just build it up slowly that way. So yeah, look, it is what it is. Hopefully we're still going to be on schedule. I hope to hear from Leonard re the dinghy either tonight, tomorrow, or the next day. He said one morning tomorrow or Sunday, so today is Friday, so I expect that to happen soon too. So that'll be another thing ticked off my box, or another box ticked off my list, or yeah, maybe it's got ticks, who knows. But anyway, before I blabber on any further, which I tend to do when I'm a bit tired, or any other time really, thank you for following, thank you for putting up with my disjointed way of doing things, but I appreciate the follows, appreciate the interest, and things are going to get a whole lot nicer than this. So this is just the pain before the reward, so looking forward to that part. Anyway, thank you, and see you on the next one. Thank thanks for watching another Adventures of Foxy Doxie. As always, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Thank you.